Good evening, all. Welcome to the Thanksgiving special of Bullshit and Bourbon. We only have two this evening, myself and Gary. Taylor is and family is somewhere in the air between California and the Philippines. So they're on their way out there. I don't know if you all remember, but last week he was talking about it. I actually forgot. But yeah, he's going out there. He went on a church mission there decades ago for 2 years, and he wanted to take his family out there, all of his sons and his daughter and his wife, and kind of show them around and the experience that he had. So super cool experience for them. They're always on some kind of adventure. And then Jeff, he did something. He was kissing too many dudes or something. Got a bug. So yeah, Jeff, what are you gonna do? So tonight I'm drinking an eggnog and Kraken since it's Thanksgiving special or holiday special. What are you up to, Gary?
Oh, I just got done with dinner and I'm starting with.
We're going from bullshit and bourbon with cigars and bourbon to eggnog and rum and Coors Light. All right, we're going white trash.
I didn't want to go to the store because it's so busy right now, and I don't want to open anything that I currently have because they're expensive. So I'm waiting for the holidays to open a couple of those.
Oh yeah, no worries, no worries. I need to order some cigars, but we're gonna keep it light this episode. There's just the two of us, so there's not a whole lot of hosting that I got to do. Me and Gary flow pretty well. We've known each other for decades, and then we got Crypto O'Breezy and Nicole Meditator in the chat, the queen of memes. Yeah, I've been watching you, Nicole, and you're killing it on the memes, but I just cannot bring myself to do it. I did the $100-200. I tried that one AI one, that pure AI, and it didn't go anywhere. And maybe I'm just too impatient, but then tried a couple other ones. Ended up on that Gary Gonsler, and it ended up going to like $20, and it's sitting there. I haven't even checked on it, but yeah, no, I'll actually, you know what? Let me bring that up real quick. Let's take a look at the markets, just cause. Are you interested at all, Gary?
On the markets?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, be stupid not to.
All right. So, as of right now, it's been kind of an interesting weekend. It pumped through Saturday, took a dump early this morning, and has since somewhat recovered. So Bitcoin has been teasing with 100,000 for a minute now. I'm kind of thinking that it's going to happen after Thanksgiving is my gut feeling. Feel free, Nicole and Breezy, to chime in with what you think. I've been loving that Ethereum has been relatively flat. I have one of my DeFi plays in, and the range is between 3,300 and 3,500. So as long as it stays within range of that, I'm making like 150, $200 a day. So just off of a small DeFi play. So and I get crypto for it, and it's crypto that hasn't really pumped yet. So that $200 a day, by the middle or end of the bull market, could be worth $1,000 a day or $2,000 a day. So I'm going to be bankrolling that. But yeah, for the most part, the markets have looked good. They looked relatively strong. It looked like the Bitcoin dominance has been falling off a bit. That's what Gary, an indicator that those in the crypto industry look at in the Bitcoin 4-year cycle. Whenever Bitcoin usually rallies first, and then as the dominance starts falling off, its percentage of the total market cap, then usually Ethereum and large caps will pump, and they've been hinting at that this past week. And then after them is the medium and small cap altcoins, which is mostly what I'm in. in retrospect, I should have done what I planned, but I didn't. But I'm doing all right. So anyway, that's our little market. Little market.
Here's my investments.
Yes, yes. You have investments in offspring. Well,
Yep.
you also you got your kind of secondary career in the works with baseball and
Baseball. Yeah.
the coaching. So
Yeah, that's holy crap. It's moving fast but slow at the same time. It's kind of easy to get somebody on board to invest and lend. It's really hard to get them to sign.
oh yeah,
So
all right,
the 1.2 million was super easy. Now that it's 25, they're all like, "Yeah, let's do it," and then don't want to sign.
all right. Yeah, Breezy. I'm here this week. I'm ordering some new cigars, and I might need to try that Elijah Craig toasted barrel. I'm a huge fan of any whiskey or bourbon that they have the toasted barrel,
Yep.
and or a wine that's done in a whiskey barrel. Those are my favorites. Let's
Toasted charcoal
see.
barrel. Hey, look, Tatum showed up.
What's that?
Big head's on. Look at the chat.
Oh, Big Head. What up, Big Head? Tatum Packer is one of Gary's boys. He's one of the twins.
He's that one.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't seen him for a minute, but so yeah, no, I'm gonna get some cigars ordered. Probably gonna do some Javas again. I'm a huge fan of those. Just the way that they age them. Just that those flavors with the coffee and the chocolate. Oh, so damn good. I could just sit there and hold one in my mouth without lighting it.
Chocolate. That's gross.
No, dude. It's if you haven't tried one, you need to try one. It's a little bit delicious.
I haven't tried one because I don't like chocolate.
Well, it's not like an overwhelming chocolate flavor. It's just like this like really subtle, but like you wouldn't even notice it if I didn't tell you. But anyway, so the theme of this show is we were just going to talk about kind of what we're thankful for and what we should be thankful for. There's been a lot of negativity and stuff like that this year with politics and things like that. And so I kind of wanted to shine more of a positive light on kind of the current state of things and the potential for things to improve in the coming year. So feel free in the chat, if you want to chime in. I'll pin it. I'll pin the message at the top, and we can kind of involve you guys in the conversation. Like I said, there's only two of us here, so it'll be a lot easier to engage with you all. But do you want to kick it off, Gary? Just kind of some things that you're grateful for.
I am grateful for the career that I was set up with. Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome.
It was running the bar and stuff before the military was not conducive to family life, etc. Now I'm getting ready to retire. Couldn't be more grateful for that. The stability, security, insurance, it's just priceless. So I'm really thankful that we were able to get this far. And my kids are not shitheads. They're super motivated, successful. Tatum's getting ready to graduate college with, I found out, 2 associates and not 1. And
Nice.
He's the one that I didn't think was going to go to college at all, except for baseball.
Well, baseball, because of the size of his head.
Baseball, I was convinced, but educationally, no, I was not convinced. And now he's doing 2 degrees. Kiara's back in school, getting her degree, super successful, getting married. Jackson's starting off his little mechanics business. There's a whole lot to be grateful for. So that's nice. This year's spiel.
Well, I'll have to add him to my my apocalypse team since he's a mechanic.
Yeah, he's pretty damn smart.
Yeah, no, it's well, as far as kind of what I'm grateful for, personally is I've been very very blessed when it comes to like my health and just getting through my 22-year career in the military with all the things that I did, intact, for the most part. Um, being able to financially have the ability to have zero debt at the end of my career, being able to build my own my cabin up here in the mountains and have this adventure that I've been on. It's something that a lot of guys dream about and talk about but never really get the opportunity or have the ability to do so. I feel very blessed for being able to have that experience and be able to include that in my little tome or my novel I call my life. Family, I have some really awesome members of my family. Taylor has been a huge it's been really nice reconnecting with him. We lost contact for a while just through life. Through I had my career, he was building a business. He had family and stuff like that, and we just didn't communicate that much. And so I've been really grateful to reconnect with him. And my brother Jason, down in California, we've stayed very close. Very grateful for him. And but my dad, Steve, mine and Taylor's dad, my stepdad, he's just always been just a pivotal, kind of just hanging out, back in the background, always there and always checking in and so yeah, and then of course friends, Gary, you've always been a really good friend and always been there when I needed you. When I went through my little rough patch when I
Yep.
retired
100%.
from the military, you were one of the few people that were there for me, and that was always checking in on me, and I appreciate that, brother.
Hell yeah. I was gonna re-mention. We can't forget about our friends, whether it be close friends or just the friends that we don't see for 20 years, but we can start a conversation like we did 20 years ago. I just went through
And the
that.
ones that are gone.
Yeah, I just went through that this weekend. If you look at my Facebook, you'll be able to see it all. But anyway, yeah, super grateful for friends from the past, from the present. My online buddies, Crypto, Nicole.
I'm gonna convert you at some point. Here, I'm gonna pin Nicole's. Yeah, I'm gonna convert you at some point to crypto. So so Nicole, tell us, like, type in a little bit, whatever you're comfortable with, like, kind of explain a little bit. You're grateful for Shake, Shake coming back or coming, back into your life and making it whole. So just so you know, Gary, and those out there, this is all stuff that she's shared with the community. So I know, I'm not like, putting anything out there that she's not comfortable with, but she has a really awesome guy. I don't know his actual name. He goes by Shake and Bake in the chats, but they live on the East Coast, but they travel a lot. Like taking some, like just got back off a really cool trip to Greece. They spent like a month there or something like that.
Holy crap!
And so it's just her and him, and yeah, they're just enjoying life, man.
That's
Just flying, globe trotting and investing in crypto and just really doing some awesome stuff. So.
Sounds like back in her life. Sounds like a soulmate type situation. That's pretty cool.
Let's see.
Tatum says he didn't think he was going to go to college either.
Dude, I'll tell you, I had a scholarship and I didn't go. I was not disciplined or mature enough to go to. I had a marine biology. I had a scholarship for marine biology, and I almost went. And I was like, dude, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna party way too much. I'm gonna fail out and just ruin
What's that like,
whole
Tatum?
experience. What's that?
I said, what's that like, Tatum?
So yeah, I went in the military instead, and I'm glad I did. Let's see.
Nick is his name.
Okay, Nick.
Shake and Bake Nick.
Shake and Bake Nick. So let's see. Yeah, I'll try Mike's for my cigars. Oh, Breezy. not too happy with cigars.com. I ordered those. Like it took like a week or two for them to get to me. The post office sent them back. I got hold of cigars.com and let them know. I'm like, hey, I'm trying to do a cigar and bourbon show, and I'm always talking you guys up. Can you get me some cigars quick? For the shows, and like 3 shows went by, and finally they were just like, oh, well, credit your, please allow 2 weeks for us to credit back your money. And I'm like, really? It's like you're gonna wait for the cigars to get back, and then take 2 weeks to give me my money back. So I was like, I'll go somewhere else. I'm big on customer service.
Are you?
My life has always been lived for everyone else and drinking and drugs. I called him after 15 years, and he came and saved me. That's awesome, Nicole. That's what life's all about is finding people that are there for you, not just at your best, but also at your worst. If somebody's there for you at your worst, then that's somebody that you want to keep in your life.
Yeah, it's your keeper for sure. Yeah.
Hey Gary,
have her
you need
as a
to
guest on the story to hear the rest of it.
You need to click like on your little chat thing in Rumble, that little drop down on the left. Select YouTube. Where'd you go?
Oh, where'd you go?
Your camera's gone. There you are.
There's no drop down.
Here, I'll show you. Right here. Right. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Stop sharing. Let's share again. Right down here where mine says YouTube. You have to select YouTube because you were just chatting to me, or you were chatting in Rumble, not in YouTube.
Okay.
I really wish YouTube was more popular. I mean, I'm hoping it gains traction because I would much rather, have the chat, all the people in Rumble, but it's just so much easier, and people are already like so ingrained into YouTube. He gave me my first public job at his brother's restaurant. I was 15 and had a 6-week-old. Oh, damn. No, Shake's definitely a keeper. Nick's definitely a keeper. If he's, throughout your whole life been looking after you and making sure that you're taken care of, even when there's nothing in it for him.
Yeah, there's no option to change this. I'll work on that later.
Breezy. Breezy's giving Tatum props for the baseball.
Yeah, we're best friends already. All you have to do is understand baseball.
All right, well, I'm going to jump over real quick, and I'm going to share the recipes that I found. So, this website is a little bit freaking awesome. They have this weird freaking, like this weird, like themed base. Like they keep talking about like the Misty Mountains and Lord of the Rings and stuff, but their recipes. I'm actually next weekend. I'm actually cooking this for my lady. Actually, I'll show you what I'm cooking her. This right here, balsamic bourbon short ribs. So yeah, it's basically garlic, balsamic vinegar, like a reduction with some onion, and it has like a creamy horseradish sauce that you drizzle over the top, and bourbon. It just looks amazing. I'm like freaking stoked as shit. And then the side that I'm gonna do is this baked cauliflower, cheesy cauliflower with panko over the top. It's like a 3 cheese. I'm gonna get like 3 different like really good cheeses, and yeah, I'm fucking stoked.
That would go
You
really
know,
good with a caramelized bourbon.
yeah, yeah. And then I'm gonna get my one of my favorite brands of wine is it's called Apothic, and they have
Ooh,
one called a dark, and it's just like it's a really full bodied with a like a heavy berry and a grape flavor obviously to it, and again it has like kind of some hints of chocolate, I guess. I don't know, maybe I just taste chocolate and everything, but and then tell me what you think of this.
I think the chocolate's in your head.
Maybe. So I'm thinking about possibly doing a dessert. This mini eggnog cheesecake looked freaking bomb.
As long as
But
you
I
don't
was
put
thinking about
it in.
doing that. It's like eggnog with rum and then like a ginger snap crust and fresh cranberries. So yeah, I thought that looked a little bit awesome. We'll have to see.
The bourbon salmon with cauliflower potatoes. Will you make the cauliflower into potatoes? That's the idea, sissy.
Yes. So
Kiara's
so Kiara is his daughter. Got all the Packers showing up. I like it. I like it.
they're catching on.
So those are the recipes that I bring to the table, and like I said, I'm gonna try them out next week, and we'll have to see about maybe sharing those. I'll maybe let everybody know how that goes. A bourbon salmon, I could definitely see like a bourbon reduction with maybe like a salmon with like a little bit of brown sugar sprinkled over the top, so it caramelizes over the top. I could see that being a little bit delicious, and just a hint of cayenne, just to give it a little bit of heat.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I,
I don't
I
use
could
brown
do that.
sugar for anything, but that sounds pretty good.
Or mix the brown sugar in with the bourbon and make a glaze, and then roast the salmon, and then drizzle it over the top and let that caramelize on there.
Oh,
That would be even better.
that would be really good.
That would be even better. Yeah, yeah. Where's the other boy at?
I don't know. Tatum, call him because I text him. I let him know that we were on. Not my
Oh,
monkey.
Nicole's making pumpkin rolls and cherry yum yum. I have never heard of cherry yum yum. Is that Shake and Bake's pet name for you? Shake calls Nicole cherry yum yum.
He's shaking bacon. She's cherry yum yum.
Yep, yep. So let's see.
That's
Oh,
funny.
okay. It looks like Jackson is watching.
Oh, he's on now.
Yeah, he's just not in the comment section. All right. So yeah, I mean, we could talk about, some other stuff as far as things that were, like positive outlooks on the world and stuff like that. I kind of want to steer away from politics though. I mean, we've all been flooded with that for like the past year or more.
Well,
And
we
the
gotta,
last couple of shows were about that.
we got to stick on the
So
food for a minute, though.
what's that?
We got to stick on the food. That's my favorite part.
All right, all right, all right. So well then you need to bring up some food stuff. What is it that you're thinking?
All right, so you get a box of good spiral pasta, a big old thing of bacon, jalapenos, Velveeta cheese, medium cheddar cheese, some Colby Jack, provolone, heavy whipping cream, big old stick of butter, garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, an egg.
Okay, that's what you texted me.
Yeah, this
See, I
jalapeno
can't do
bacon macaroni
Velveeta,
cheese.
man. I mean, it's delicious, but it is terrible for you.
I don't care. It is the best macaroni and cheese that you'll ever have. I'm telling you.
Oh, I'm sure. And honestly, like if I was at your place, I would probably eat it. I just can't go buy a whole block of Velveeta cheese. I'd
Well,
end
you're
up
by
throwing it
yourself.
all out.
You're by yourself. We usually cook just family between 5 and 30 to 40 people. Depends on the Thanksgiving. Last year, I think we had 36 people. This year, we're doing 7.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, my family keeps inviting me to go down to Utah for Thanksgiving, but my brother and my sister-in-law, they always have like 50 or 60 people over there. It's just fucking chaos, and I can't do it.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is chaos.
living in a cabin by myself with a cat for, most of the year, and then going to some place where there's like 50 or 60 people and like most of them are kids screaming and running around. I just I'm like I'm always trying to find a quiet place to retreat to.
The back porch while you're shivering.
Oh no, dude, I don't shiver. If I can, I'm a man. I'm the man of the woods, man.
I'm a little bitch. I shiver.
Hey, what up, Deadwood? The powdered cheese. Shake would fight us over the powdered cheese. My
Oh,
wife's
crap.
my wife's uncle made butter cake. Actually, butter cake is pretty damn good.
It is.
Yeah, I could do that. If the it's all about the ingredients. I mean, I'll do, like sweets and stuff, but it has to be like, real, hand rolled butter, without all the chemicals in it and, antibiotics. And I'm just really I'm just really trying to eat clean, just especially the older I get. I really want to try to stay as healthy as I can for as long as I can.
What is this pumpkin marshmallow pie? Do you mix it or do you put the marshmallows on top? I don't think we've made that. Have we? I don't remember. Maybe
Your
somebody else has
daughter,
had.
a pumpkin marshmallow pie sounds like it might be a little bit awesome.
Sounds like sugar.
Yeah, no, I'll be honest. A sweet potato pie or a pumpkin pie, you can't go wrong with it.
Sweet potato pie I can get down with. Pumpkin, just because people like to use cinnamon. I don't like cinnamon.
I prefer nutmeg in a pumpkin pie.
I'm okay with that. Nutmeg's good in blue cheese too.
Yes, yes. What do we got here? I'm trying to talk Shake into going to the Amish country. Yeah, Nicole, the butter that I use is actually a local group of Amish where I'm at. They actually have, like their own cows and they milk them and they make their butter and it's just like this big block and they hand mix it and roll it and put it in wax paper, throw a sticker on it, and they sell it. And that's why I get my milk. I get my milk from their dairy as well. So it's whole milk, it's raw milk. It's not pasteurized, it's not any of that. So that's pretty much, like I try to source the as much as possible, like my ingredients for my cooking and my food. I try to get as much of it as I can local. How about you, Deadwood? What are you what recipes do you got on your in your recipe book? Let's see.
Oh,
Breezy's not a pumpkin pie person either, huh?
and then, okay. So
So
she
let's
answered,
see.
melt the marshmallows down with the pumpkin pie. Yeah, still sounds super sweet.
Yeah. If
I'm
something's
gonna
too
try it though.
sugary, I can't do a lot of it. What up, KJ? So what are some of you all thankful for out there? Nicole shared she's thankful for Nick. What what are some stuff that Gary's kids and Deadwood and K Jam and Breezy? What are some things you guys are all thankful for? Let's see. One thing I'll go ahead and say it. One thing I'm grateful for is I found a good friend, somewhat recently, a couple months ago. My lady friend, she not quite sure how it all happened. I mean, we met online, but she lives a couple of hours away. But no, it's been really nice getting to know her, and she's a real awesome lady. I mean, just driven, focused, like strong businesswoman. Just got done doing a marathon. Just kind of holds herself to a really high standard, and very disciplined. A very rare woman. There's not a lot of women out there that are independent, and strong on their own. There's so many women out there that just try to get by on their looks, or they get so focused on their career that they neglect everything else in their life. But it's nice to find a woman that finds balance in her life.
That is extremely rare.
Yeah, I know your wife's like that. She's really good at balancing, being a wife and a mom, and she's always had some sort of career, and she takes care of the house, and I mean, all the times that you've been deployed and going to military school, she's basically being both parents, and it's yeah, it's you know military spouses are a different breed. Both husbands and wives. When the husband's in the military or the wife's in the military and the other one's not, it takes a very special breed to be able to do that balancing act, and not just do that, but be able to shift when that spouse comes back, and be and have that ebb and flow, and be able to handle that, because I can only imagine. It's hard deploying and doing stuff like that, but to do what military spouses do, that's a whole nother level.
Yeah, I agree with you. They only deal with they deal with the house, they deal with the changes, constant changes, and then when we get back, they're dealing with changes in us,
Yeah.
and that's one of the hardest parts. Leave one person, come back a different.
Kiara. No, congratulations on that, Kiara. I saw some pictures of your fiance. It say both your families, your friends, and coaching volleyball. Yeah, no, believe it or not, I've kind of kept up, from a distance with your mom posting pictures with your volleyball and whatnot. So yeah, no, that's been awesome to watch you guys grow up, you and your brothers. Deadwood's thankful for his dogs keeping him around, and the crypto community that turned into friendships and some gains leading to a potential new beginning. Absolutely. Deadwood, I could not agree more. I'm very optimistic financially with all of our crypto investments, and the opportunities, the potential opportunities that's going to open up for a lot of us. Um, I think we're just starting to see the tip of the iceberg, paying off for these past couple of years of staying focused and disciplined and investing money when we weren't sure. I mean, we had a good gut feeling, but we weren't sure that crypto was gonna take off again. But it's looking like it's about to pay off, and I'm very optimistic for it. Let's see. Brother, I'm a swine and cow guy, but I don't do anything for holidays because my families are in Virginia. So Deadwood's in Western Washington. Um, so it looks like he's a little ways from his family. I am too, brother. I'm not anywhere close to any family either. So I usually solo it. My cousin actually flew up here. His kids are in northern Idaho, not too far from me. So I'm actually going to be spending Thanksgiving with them. Let's see. K-Jam just finished hand trimming some chicken breast. Put it in a ceramic dish. Cut up potatoes. Cut carrots. I hope you put something else in there other than just some veggies and some breast. That's going to be some
Yeah, he
dry
likes
ass.
it.
Pour some beer on it, something.
Some kind of juice.
You know? Right? Need some juice up in there. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Olive oil, seasoning. Okay. Let's see. Thankful for loving family and friends as well, and the opportunities. It sounds like you're taking advantage of some opportunities. I'm good to see that, Tatum. I mean, if you're getting out of there with a couple of degrees, as long as it's not like gender studies or something, I'm impressed.
He's studying one gender.
Hey, you mind taking over for a second, Gary? I'm going to go make me another eggnog and rum.
Yeah, refill.
All right. I shall return.
So let's create kind of a feeding topic. Activities, family, friends during Thanksgiving. What are some of your traditions, likes, dislikes, that kind of thing? Way to remove the veins from breast. This would have been We're all surgeons when we cook. What are you talking about? So we'll just watch for some of the comments. So I'll tell you, so every year we typically feed, like I was saying earlier, up 30, 40 people, some homeless, not really homeless. They just don't have a family to go to, so they come over to our house. So we just house whoever doesn't have a place to go. That's one of our traditions.
Gary's a social butterfly. Him and his wife are always hosting. Hold on real quick. I'm going to send my cousin the link to the show. Get him in here.
And K-Jam he's a surgeon.
K-Jam is a surgeon?
Yeah, the way he removed the veins from the chicken breast. Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was an actual surgeon. I'm like, what? Let's see. Share, copy link. All right. There we go. So yeah. No, it's one thing I didn't mention that I'm grateful for is my neighbor. So I got a neighbor, his name's John, and his wife Weepaw. She's the one that I was talking about before from Thailand, that they own the restaurant with the bomb ass Thai food.
Mm-hmm.
Without them, I would not have this beautiful cabin that I have, because I pretty much my ex helped me a little bit, but pretty much without John, I would probably be living in a pallet shack. Just have a bunch of pallets that were like tied together with baling twine or something. But no, he was the brains behind the operation. I was the brawn. I told him, I hired him to help me, and I told him, I said, "You're the foreman, and I'm the labor. You tell me what to do, and I'll do it."
I haven't heard that story.
You haven't?
No.
Yeah.
I thought you
I actually did a whole episode on it on the channel not too long ago. Had a bunch of people asking me about it. I shared some pictures on social media of the outside of the cabin, and got crazy engagement. I think I got like 50 or 60,000 like likes and like interaction and stuff like that. And so I was like, all right, I'll do a people kept telling me I should do a show on it, and my brother Taylor had been telling me forever. And so I was like, oh, okay. And so I even shared a bunch of pictures, like all through the process, and described the process and what I had to do, and with getting the septic permitted and getting the power hooked up, and prepping the site. And I tried to take as many pictures as possible, just through the process, because I wanted to document it. And it's actually been really helpful, because whenever I want to do any renovations, I have pictures of what the walls look like when it was just studs, when I did the electrical and stuff like that, so I know where everything's at. And yeah, it's been quite handy.
That sounds awesome.
But if me and you end up doing something in Hawaii or down in the Dominican Republic or something like that, I'll probably do the same. You know,
Yeah, when we decide, we're not going to announce it.
What's that?
When we decide the location, we're not announcing it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's see. Close friend wanted out of his Bitcoin, and I jumped his butt. Yeah, no, it takes a lot of dedication to hold crypto. You know, with the violent ups and downs. Breezy says we go to wife's aunt's, and it's about 28 people. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the huge holidays. Family games and food. So where did Tatum go to college?
He's in Botno, North Dakota.
Okay, okay. So it sounds like he's missing the family games and food.
This year, yeah. This year, because he chose to do Christmas instead of Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah.
Because we got to pay for the graduation trip, which is in May, move him back home, and then 2 months later pay for the wedding.
Makes me glad I didn't have kids. So
yeah, so we told him that he only gets to choose one holiday this year.
Cool.
And Kiara's, she's paying for like a good chunk herself because she wanted to have control of the location, that kind of thing. Gotcha. So she's actually worked her butt off to choose the items that she has chosen to include the location.
Nice.
And she is so fiscally responsible, it's ridiculous.
No, she always has been. Even when she was little, when I first met you guys, she was always like, you know, being the mom, you know, like helping out with her brothers, and she'd always been an awesome girl, woman. In my mind, she's still a girl, but
she's still daddy's little girl.
Yeah. So back when I didn't have gray and I had hair.
So I didn't have hair. All my gray off so nobody could tell how old I was.
Right. So K-Jam, don't use aluminum foil. Get parchment paper. You can wrap the chicken in paper, and then you don't have to use aluminum foil. And aluminum foil is bad for you anyway, brother. Let's see.
Rare breed to find guys like this these days. Guys that like to cook, or
I think he just means just like you said before, just said you guys are awesome, very down to earth, respectful, open minded. You know, compared to the new being born.
Yikes.
Tater is a little hard though on people. Oh, Nicole Miss Tater. Let's see. Dude, it's balls up here. Oh, is it getting? It's probably getting cold up there in fucking North Dakota.
Yeah, they're probably hitting single digits already.
Yeah, well, I'm actually thinking of getting out of here this January and February. I'm thinking about packing up my cat and either going to Texas, or my cousin wants me to go to the Dominican Republic with him. And we actually got some businesses that we're starting up down there. So he actually kind of has them going. He just wants me to help him out, and gives me an excuse to get out of here when it's like 20, 30 below. But I rebuilt my pump house. Oh, it's 15 degrees up there. Yeah, it's definitely cold up there.
And it just got started.
Well, it's I actually rebuilt my pump house to where basically all of it is inside now, or down in the well. So I don't got to worry about it freezing and exploding like it did a couple of years ago. All right.
Because he's a lawyer, that's why.
Tater's a lawyer?
Taylor.
Oh, Taylor.
Yeah.
I kept saying Tater, so I thought he was talking about Nicole Minnis Tater, or if I wasn't sure if he was just misspelling your son's name. I'm like, who is he talking about?
Tatum is definitely not a lawyer.
Makes perfect sense now. What he was saying before with with Taylor. Yeah, Taylor is one of the most down to earth dudes you will ever meet. He like you would never, and if he didn't tell you, you would never know his politics. You would, I mean, he's not extreme about anything. He's just, even when he's doing jujitsu, he's calm and mellow. Like whenever I go visit, I'll go watch him roll at, him and his kids and his wife. And he's like, the whole time he's like basically fighting somebody. He just has this like calm look on his face, and he's giving the person advice that he's like grappling with. He's like, okay, do this. That this works better. You're telling the person how to beat you.
We're there to help each other anyways. Why not?
No. Taylor is he is I I feel very blessed to have him as a brother. I could not think of somebody that embodies what a man should be, both being strong and humble, having that balance, being a good husband and provider, and being a good father. Um, and he finds time for himself, but never at the cost of his family, his friends, or his business, or his employees. Like he treats his employees like their family, like their friends. But just a super, super humble, awesome dude. And he had a great example. Our dad, the guy literally gave us the shirt off his back, when we were kids. I remember when like it was we thought it was amazing, but a lot of people might laugh at this, but we were very, very poor. And if we got to go out to McDonald's, it was a big deal. I mean, he was a school teacher, single parent with 5 kids, that he was raising on his own. He was a school teacher, so only making like 20 something grand a year, still going to school to keep his credentials to be a teacher. And so when we went out to McDonald's, he would get like a 20-piece McNuggets. He would let all of us eat before he would eat. And of course, being kids, we didn't notice, but it goes to show you that just how and you would never know. It's not something that he would even bring up on his own. But looking back now, it's kind of weird. As a kid, you don't see the sacrifices that your parents make, and the things that they do to give you the life that you have. But looking back, there's such clarity. Especially probably for you, especially having kids. You
Yep.
look at it through a different lens. To where you understand more what it means to be a parent, and putting yourself second or third or fourth.
Yeah, you're 100% correct. And it takes time too. It's not just, oh, I'm a parent. I can now magically see everything that my parents went through. It's over time. It's this scenario, that scenario, the eating thing. I used to just eat. But once the kids got of age to start serving themselves, I was like, I stopped eating before anybody.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of an NCO thing too. I still to this day, I'll stand to the side, let everybody else eat, and then and then I eat. Those of you that don't know, in the military, just because you're an NCO or non-commissioned officer or senior non-commissioned officer, usually the higher rank you are, things like food, sleep, things like that, you only sleep or eat or shower or do whatever after those you lead to. It's the mantra for the military, what it used to be, is mission, your troops, then yourself. And that's the way it should be. You always put yourself last.
Yep, that includes sleep, like you were saying, medical care, emotional care, and you're always last.
Yes. When it comes to free time, when when your troops are unwinding and working out, having fun, playing games, whatever, you're back doing paperwork or doing reports, or going to a brief, or you're doing something. It's yeah, yeah, you got to get ready for the next day. Deployments are even worse. I mean, yeah.
All right, so let's other family traditions. Do we get everybody?
Let's see. Let's go back through the comments. Let's see what we got.
So we've got the game nights.
We got about another 10 minutes. Let's see. Nicole, I'm a very positive, focused person with lots of positive energy. I radiate out to people. My body and mind vibration is above 400 hertz. Oh shit, we're talking about vibrations. This actually, you know what? I don't want to get out on too big of a rabbit trail, but this has gotten really popular lately. With I hear it a lot in like positive thinking, and there's actually I with a little bit of looking into it that I've done, there's actually some science behind it because of like light and wavelengths and frequencies and the fact of basically everything is energy or everything is frequency. Your thoughts, your feelings, your physical body, your mental state, your spirit, whatever. And there's a lot to be said for that. If you have a positive energy, if you're taking care of your body physically and putting good food into your body, and able to keep that positive all around, then usually good things happen. Help other people, things like that. I mean, karma. Some religions call it karma.
There's a lot of truth to that too, because you could be the most positive guy, walk in a room, and instantly know this is not the room to be in.
Yeah. No, usually if I'm talking to somebody, if they're talking about other people in a negative way, it's not somebody I want to be around. If they're always talking positively or finding good in other people, I like people like that. Yeah. I don't like people that tear other people down to make themselves feel better.
So it's a bad idea to go drive with me then.
Yes. or with me. There's no traffic up here. The only thing I curse at is that the suicidal deer that try to jump in front of my truck.
Yeah, stay away from Salt Lake. Jesus. Hate this place.
Dude, the only accidents I've ever been in my life there was two of them, and they were both in Utah, and they were both somebody else's fault.
I believe it.
Yeah, people driving in Utah fucking suck.
So K-Jam says, I've only been trying to find the astral projecting Taylor was talking about. Haven't found it.
Oh, it's called K-Jam. It's called bilateral beats. It's an auditory thing. And I'm sure you can find it on YouTube or Google. But basically, you'll know when you find it, because if you have ADHD, which I think you do, it'll actually calm your busy brain. Like when you start listening to it, it will actually help you focus. But the more you listen to it, and you can do your own research on it, but Taylor claims that he can have the same experience as magic mushrooms by listening to it and meditating.
And I think I said K-Jam, but that was actually a breezy. Let me read K-Jam's though, because I like that one a lot. It says, talking to you directly, I'm extremely interested in this subject you're talking about. No, not that one. I only put myself first when I wake up in the morning. But it's that time where I accept myself for who I am. Then my day's positive. Huh. So first thing in the morning, put yourself first. And then the rest of the day is positive and you focus on everybody else?
I'll be honest, I'm kind of the same way. Is first thing in the morning, I love routines. The military taught it to me, and having ADHD like I do, routines help me focus. So I get up in the morning, first thing I do, I feed my cat, because she's usually the one that wakes me up. She jumps on the bed and fucking stomps all over me to wake me up, to tell me to feed her. So I get up, I feed her, I start the water for my tea, I go take my vitamins. And then I usually check the markets, make sure nothing crazy is going on. And then I work out. And on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I do yoga. On Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, I do weight training. And yeah, and that taking that time for myself to take care of my mental well-being, um, set me up for an awesome day. Usually throughout my day, I'm online stuff, helping out friends and website
You're cutting out a
trading
lot.
stuff. Oh, sorry. Um, educating myself, learning new things, and then a lot of the times helping out neighbors. So, my neighbor that helped me with my cabin, John, he just put new windows in. So I was over there the other day, helping him put windows in, just because he's an older guy and by himself, and carrying 8 foot by 4 foot windows by himself
Yeah.
isn't a thing. So
I'm gonna have to readjust. Like for years, many years, well, pushing 20. The first thing I wake up, first thing I think about is, all right, who needs what? What do I got to do? How can I make everything better for everybody else? It's been that way forever.
you know what, and you feel better for it. I mean, honestly, it's almost a little, maybe not selfish, but um, it's anytime I help somebody else, I always just feel good. It like gives me a boost.
I'm gonna have to try that in the mornings.
So K-Jam, there's something they teach in the military that kind of sounds like what you're talking about. It's called reverse planning. So figure out the outcome that you want. My ex used to give me shit for this all the time, and I actually used to get kind of annoyed by it because like whenever I'd bring it up, she like make fun of me about it, and I'm just like, listen, it makes sense. It's like figure out what you want, and then you figure out in reverse that what you need to do to accomplish that. It gives you a path to an end result, the desired end result. Because if you think of the end result and you try to figure out how to get there from where you're at, then it takes a bunch of time as figure out different options. But it's easier if, like, say, like building this cabin. I'll just use it as an example because it came to mind. I want a finished cabin. What is the process backwards that I would need to do? Obviously, I need to, the materials, I need to the permits and things like that. I need to find somebody to help me, all those things. But planning it backwards allows you to more accurately assess all of the moving pieces and parts and resources needed to finish it, as opposed to starting at the beginning. I don't know if I did that much justice, but that's in my mind. That's why it makes sense.
You can simply put it as don't put the cart before the horse, or don't build the structure without doing plumbing first.
Yeah, yeah.
Figure out
Reverse
what you got to
engineering.
build first.
Basically, you're reverse engineering. So yeah, Breezy, I almost did freeze because it was this time of year that I was actually got my windows and my doors in. I didn't have insulation. I didn't have, electricity. I didn't have lights. I didn't. The first year I was up here, I had no power. I had a wood stove, and that was it. I didn't have propane. Well, I had like a 5-gallon propane tank with a camping stove that I cooked on. But my first winter up here was rough. It was yeah. I, I spent it doing some insulation. I started out in one room, so I had like a warm place to exist. But yeah, I didn't have internet. I didn't have power. I didn't have running water. I didn't have anything. The baths that I took, I warmed up heated up a pot of water on my wood burning stove, and I just gave myself sponge baths. That's how I took baths and stuff. So yeah, I was living rough for it was an adventure. It was not you know, I threw up a cabin and it's what you see now. And I was living the dream. I mean, it was a year or two of, you know, figuring stuff out and fucking stuff up and redoing things. It was quite the adventure. So that's why I'm so grateful for what I have, you know, and not having any debt. You know, having the property paid off, the cabin paid off. I owe nobody anything. You know, it was painful, and most things that you know that you're going to be most grateful for are the most painful things. You know, being a parent, you know, the pain of you know raising kids, and you know the struggles and the adjustments and the sacrifices that you do as a parent. You know, being a spouse, you know, or a significant other. You know, being a son or a daughter. You know, just you know some kind of closing thoughts. You know, there's a lot of things that it helps to look at things from other people's point of view, to better understand the fullness, you know, of the situation, you know, or the experience. You know, being able to you know walk a mile in somebody else's shoes, and you know, it gives you a lot of clarity. You know, things that you otherwise might be cold or hard to, you might take a second thought and take a step back and be able to be a little more sympathetic or empathetic or you know whatever you know terminology you want to use. And the journey that we're all on in this life, in my opinion, my humble opinion, is to grow as an individual, you know, both spiritually, physically, you know, emotionally, whatever. And part of that is to experience as much as possible, to help as much as possible, to love as much as possible, and to improve as much as possible. Conquer fears, um, you know, and just do get out there and do the things that we're meant to do as humans, as a being in this universe. You know, find ways to push your limits. That the way that you will grow the most is through pain, through struggle, through sacrifice. Any of you out there, if you think back, the things that made you grow the most and that were the most rewarding were the most painful and caused you the most struggle. I promise you, I guarantee you, if you are comfortable all the time and you're in your little comfort bubble all the time, you're going to see the weakest physically and mentally. You know, the people that are the weakest physically and mentally are the people that refuse to leave that comfort bubble. And some of the most impressive people you will ever meet in your life are those that push themselves outside that bubble.
Yep. Agreed.
And I'll end on that. Gary?
Just with the Thanksgiving. Just everybody that's listening, you could be in the best spot of your life. Holidays are hard for some. Typically family, friends, etc. show up with a smiley face because it's the holidays. Just remember, you know, be humble enough to understand that they could be going through some hard times. So be sensitive to them however you can. They may not open up to you, but watch out for it. Watch out for each other. Enjoy family. It doesn't last forever. Family, friends. So throughout the holidays, just be safe. Watch out for each other.
I'm gonna make Little Head a moderator. Did I lose you?
No.
No, there you are. I made Tatum a moderator.
Oh, nice.
So if he wants to come back, he can like silence people and shit. Well, all right. I appreciate you all. Love you all. Thank you so much for coming and supporting the show. It makes it so much easier to talk about this stuff when there's interaction and things like that. Gary, thanks for being here. Jeff, if you watch this, you're gay. Stop kissing dudes. And Taylor, I hope you and the family are safe, and I hope you have a great time. Love you. And with that, take care, all. I hope you all have a great Thanksgiving. We'll see you next Sunday.
Take care, everybody.